Welcome back to Excellence in Motion, the Youth Spotlight series. I'm your host, Angelina, and I'm a high school junior dedicated to uplifting the voices of my peers who are making moves, chasing their passions, and redefining excellence. In this series, we bring you stories of young talent, resilience, and ambition straight from the source. Today, we're stepping into the ring with a young man who is dominating in and outside of the boxing world. I'm sitting down with Lorenzo Carter, a 6-foot powerhouse from Carrick High School, who's proving that discipline, dedication, and a fighter's mindset can take you far. Ranked 5th in the country and holding 4 championship belts, Lorenzo has made his mark in the boxing world with standout performances at Carolina Gloves and the Showboat Championship. But he's not just a force in the ring. He's also a content creator bringing his creativity to life through YouTube vlogs and creative TikTok videos. We're diving into his journey, the grit it takes to be a champion, and how he's balancing his love for boxing with his creative passions. Get ready for an episode filled with real talk, inspiration, and a champion's mindset right here on Excellence in Motion. Hi, Lorenzo.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's good. We are so excited to have you here today. I think that we should start with a little bit of background. If you want to just say where you're from, kind of who you are.
My name is Lorenzo Carter. I'm from Allentown, and I just go to Carrick High School. I've been boxing for about 3 years. I just started YouTube 6 months ago. Right now I got 500 subscribers or 430, something like that.
What got you into boxing?
My mom, she was downtown, seen these group of kids with boxing gear, and then she just was she called me oh, you want to box? Or just get your shorts on and all this. Then I went down there, but I was some fat kid with a cast on. So when I was down there, I kind of looked crazy, and I had no haircut. It was bad. But yeah, once I got down there, I kind of was iffy about it, but I kind of loved to see how they was boxing. It looked like an art or something like that, I guess.
So when did you realize that boxing was something that you were going to do more seriously?
Whenever it was the people I was around, the kids there, they kind of became my family. So it was enjoyed being around them, and them enjoying boxing made me enjoy boxing. And then once I got good at it, then it was oh yeah, I just fell in love with it altogether.
Why are you so good? Why are you 5th in the country? Because you started boxing 3 years ago. A lot of these guys have been training since they were probably 4 or 5.
Yeah. I say one reason is I talk I kind of humbled myself now, but before I was talking, as a kid, I was talking so much stuff to the older boxers around me that been boxing way longer than me. My boy Sonny, Q, just all the kids in the gym, I was talking my stuff, especially when I won my first match. I was talking crazy, and they would try to kill me in the ring for it. All of them just punching on me, moving around. They would have me crying, and I would still talk stuff. But I feel them just punishing me and just moving me around made me way better. But I feel the best thing that really happened was just me studying every single kid in there. I feel I got a mixed style of everybody that was in there combined. I feel I could copy all their styles, but I feel just them being around, it was easy. And these kids that I box against, they can't mess with me.
So instead of taking, their criticisms of you talking and not backing it up, you decided that you were just going to fight to be the best so that you could keep talking stuff and then back it up.
No, yeah. Especially with, this dude named Sonny. He my boy now. But before he hated me, because I was talking my stuff on him. I was talking trash. We be in the ring. If he missed a punch, I'm oh, you can't hit me, all this. I just made him mad. He hated me. Just all the kids, they was frustrated with me in the gym. And they would try to shut me up by punching on me, but no, I can't let them shut me up. I feel my pride was going to be hurt.
So it didn't work, and you clapped back by being ranked 5th in the country.
I was in the Junior Olympics, and that's where I got my ranking from. I don't know his name. I forget who I was going against. I was going against this one kid. He good for what he could do. I would say, yeah, he beat me, but I was out of shape when I fought him. He wasn't that skillful. I feel most of them kids ain't that skillful. I feel I'm better than all of them. I feel every kid in my bracket, weight class, I'm better than all of them. It's just opportunities don't really present themselves as much because we gotta wait until December for me to see them and fight them, or I gotta wait till the summertime for the Junior Olympics to go see them. So I really just can't, like, from now till then, I just be grinding, waiting to, like, see them again. I'm really going for that number one spot. So I'm trying to win Summerfest, or Junior Olympics, get that number one spot, and just after that, they ain't gonna hear me shut up. I ain't gonna lie. I get a lot of fights canceled, especially like when they hear like the ranking. So it'd be like, oh yeah, you fight right here. They get some more info on me. Oh, he's ranked fifth. We don't wanna go after that. So then they kind of back down, or I kind of got wait for like the good kids or the kids that could actually like give me a run for my money. I got wait until like them big tournaments. There's a lot of fun fights. Like there's this one 16-year-old. His name's like Joshua Van, or his name is Joseph. I know always. But there's some good competition, some fun fights I want to see just to test myself. I don't care if I win or lose. Just go against them, go out and see like who's just the best out of us. I feel like I'm up there with them top kids. I feel like I'm really up there with them top kids. I feel like no one can mess with me. But I just gotta wait for them opportunities in them championships.
We heard it here first. It is up for whoever is number one in the country, and hopefully soon it will be Lorenzo Carter. What doors have you seen boxing open for you?
I get to travel around the country and other places. Like we went to Puerto Rico, been to North Carolina, of course, New Jersey, Georgia, just all over the place, Texas.
What part of your boxing journey has been the most rewarding for you?
I'll say getting to meet new people. You know, you get to meet future champions, future Hall of Fame coaches. And I say the most rewarding is probably just having that medal once you win, or that belt once you win, and just know all the hard work you put in. Like, it was worth it.
You have a very particular nickname as a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
Would you care to share that with the people?
All right, so they call me Tank, Tank. They call me Tank. For real, I used to tell people, like, it's because of how hard I hit. But when I came in, I was like 196, 13-year-old. That was like, I was fat with like man boobs and like a cast on. And they called me Tank because I was like kind of built like it, like just small head, big body. Just they used it to like kind of make fun of me, but I took it as a compliment. I ain't have no idea. I thought Tank was hard. I'm like, yeah, I hit hard. That's why they call me. Nah, it was just because I was some fat young bull that was just walking in there, no haircut. I was really ugly. Like,
What different kind of connections do you think that boxing brought you to that you wouldn't have had otherwise?
I'll say there's a man named Leon Floyd. He was fatally shot in the back by a police officer, causing him to be paralyzed, and he started a fundraiser that actually helps our gym raise money for trips and stuff like that. He's a nice guy. He kind of, I won't say taught me how to be a man, but he most definitely was there for like growing up and stuff, just hanging around him, educating me in ways like that. Another officer, he actually was like a great man coming into my life. Now, like kind of like a father figure in a way, and kind of guided me to like where I'm at now, trying to show me respect and how strong I am as a man.
Leon Ford is a great role model and example. I've had the pleasure of spending some time with him myself, so I can attest to the fact that he is a wonderful asset to have in your life. Can you talk a little bit about any particular accomplishment or moment that made you feel incredibly proud?
Going against the top guys in the country at such a young age, like whenever I got ranked 6th in the country, my first time was like 13, and I went against some kid with like 70 fights. I only had like 6 fights at the time. But after going against him and seeing how good I was and seeing I could be up there with the top dudes, it made me feel stronger.
And I think that ranking being so high up in our country has a lot of weight to it. And I know that through personal conversations I've had with you, you've had a little bit of conflict kind of around whether you're going to continue or not, feeling a little bit discouraged. Can you talk about how you pull yourself out of moments of being unsure if you want to continue boxing?
There was times where I would take like a break from boxing, probably like a week, and I would realize like, while boxing, I'm not doing that. I'm kind of just sitting around watching TV, being lazy. I just felt like unhealthy as well. So boxing, it's like a chore, but once you get it done, it's like, all right, it's finally over. But then you're proud of yourself when you get it done.
We talked about you now being the boxer that you are. kind of your evolution, but can we go back a little bit? What was Lorenzo like before he became a country ranked boxer?
I was a class clown knucklehead. Like elementary school, my grades wasn't the best. It was kind of flopping all over the place. Middle school, I was just being a class clown and fighting a lot. I feel like if I wasn't boxing, the kids I was hanging around or the kids I do hang around, I probably would have fell down in like a way deeper hole and just not been the man I would have been. I probably would have been out doing something I got no business doing.
As well as boxing being like a physical outlet for you, is it a mental or emotional outlet as well?
Mentally, it's real hard mentally. Wondering if your opponent's working harder, seeing if you're working harder, being in the ring going against better guys, getting hit for the first time, being hit around a lot. That could just put a lot on your mental. You have off days where you're feeling terrible. As much as I've been in the ring, I still cry to like this day. Like I could get frustrated and cry. No matter like how good you get, you're gonna have your off days where you just wanna break down and just get frustrated and throw everything around. But yeah, mentally, it's a lot of stuff on your mental. It can be.
Have there been any unexpected lessons that you've learned throughout your journey?
Giving people second chances. I feel like with boxing, it gives a lot of people second chances. My coach, if you're doing too much, he'll like tell you to get out. But he believes in second chances, and there's a lot of kids who came back and just became a better person. And it taught me to give people second chances, let them come back and be a better person.
Speaking of second chances, what has been one of the biggest challenges that you've faced, and how did you overcome that?
I would say do wonder with boxing. I feel like with boxing and also trying to have fun and be a kid, it gets hard sometimes because, you practice like almost every day. Most boxers practice 7 days out of the week. I practice 5 though. But, trying to balance that kid life and grinding, it's just, it gets hard. It's frustrating. And it's like, I want to be out here with my friends, but I got practice. Or I want to go to this party, but I got practice. Or, it just, balancing that kid life with boxing is just, it gets kind of frustrating.
Is that one of the things that makes you kind of want to step away sometimes?
Yeah, it make me want to step away a lot sometimes, not gonna lie. I was thinking about just sticking to it until senior year, but I realized like boxing, it's good for, like, at least me, I feel like it's like confident for me. So I'm thinking about like just keep doing it until I'm done with it.
Do you see yourself continuing boxing after high school?
Right now, I'm thinking. Probably like 2 weeks ago, I told you no, but right now I'm thinking about it. But I'm also thinking about moving, but I don't know how that's going to go with boxing and my team and stuff like that. But I hope I'm still boxing.
How do you see boxing fitting into your future, whether that's in college, professionally, or any other path?
I feel like boxing, it could be like a average workout, like people who go to Planet Fitness and stuff like that. It could be like that, depending on like how seriously you take it. I don't know if I want to go pro or if I want to go to the Olympics. I don't really know what I want to do with boxing. All them options is still pretty open, like the Olympics, pro, all that. But I don't know. Just I'm young, kind of immature, so I don't really know what I want to do when it comes to that.
Well, I have no doubt that you will definitely find your way, hopefully someday soon, so that we can get a little insight on where it is you're going. But I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about your YouTube journey. That is something recently that you picked up, and I just want to hear, how did you get into that? What made you start posting on YouTube?
I said there's one YouTuber named No Cap Kobe. Like, just watching him go around vlog, he has so much energy and just made a lot of people smile with it. And I also seen another post on Facebook, Pittsburgh got no content creators, or, oh, there's Pittsburgh born. So I was like, dang, I might as well start it up. And it's been cool for the most part. You got your haters here and there, but I kind of just let that fuel me to, like, grind more. I can't wait till I, like, really get big, though, and really, like, shut them up, though.
Yeah, your YouTube videos are mostly vlogs and what I would classify as, like, skits. Do you have a specific domain of content creation that you fall under?
Not really. Right now, I kind of try to give what this generation of kids want. And most of them are just like into boys around females and them hanging out with girls and stuff like that. So I feel like once you reach the younger audience, you're kind of straight because they tell their friends and then they tell other people. It just spread when you reach the younger audience. So that's what I've really been trying to reach out to.
So, do we have like a 50v1 featuring the fifth ranked boxer in the country on the way?
I don't know. Maybe. I think the only problem with YouTube is the videos I try to do, it costs money. So it'd be like I gotta save up for a video or I gotta wait for a good moment for a video or stuff like that. But I feel like YouTube is kind of just for me to like have an out so I don't have to go pro or something because I don't really see myself doing that. I'm not working a 9 to 5. That's out the picture. But I want to do something I like enjoy and like get paid doing that as well. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about your TikToks. I know we delved into the YouTube a little bit because your TikToks are very different. Like, you do a lot of POVs. For the most part, they're pretty funny. But how do you come up with some of those ideas? Are you recreating stuff that you've seen? Or are you just, like, sitting at home? Because obviously you make, like, 30 at a time. Give us some insight onto that.
I'm not that dedicated as I was before, but I remember, like, when I first started making POVs and stuff, I'm not going to lie. It was because of, like, me getting my heart broken by this girl. Like, I remember I was upset and I was posting like a lot of depressing stuff on TikTok. Like it was kind of sad. One of my friends that went to the girls' school told me like they was kind of laughing at me about it, so I like deleted all of them. And I started the POVs and then I kind of just went off of it that. But it took me a minute to like get a viral video until I did, and it's kind of just been cool ever since then.
So we've talked about your boxing journey, your YouTube journey, and then your TikTok journey kind of in tandem with that and all the different facets of your life. I'm curious as to how are you doing in school though? Because I know that we talked about how in middle school your grades weren't the best. How have you worked to better that and given yourself just more area for opportunity?
Going into high school just changed everything. I ain't know no one. I feel like the only reason why my grades were bad in like elementary and middle school was mainly because I'm around like goofballs. I'm acting like a goofball and not doing the work or nothing. So high school, I ain't have no friends, so I was just going straight to class, doing the work, watching YouTube, and it just was repeating. Like I got friends now, but it's high school, so you know we're mature now. So it's like none of that goofing around and skipping class, none of that. So I say just being in high school, your mentality kind of changes.
Well, we went from Lorenzo the goofball to Lorenzo the boxer to Lorenzo the vlogger. What is the next version of Lorenzo we're gonna get? Are we getting Lorenzo the collegiate scholar? Lorenzo on Love Island? Like, what are you working towards right now?
Right now, I feel like I'm trying to use social media to like build other businesses. Like I feel like once I get to a certain point, I'm gonna have a clothing business. I really feel like content creation is just gonna build stuff for like other brands that I'm gonna try to work towards. I feel like I'm gonna really try to get into entrepreneurship and just learn more about that. Try to start everything up from like YouTube and stuff like that.
Looking ahead into the future, what is next for you? Do we have any major competitions coming up, training goals you're working towards, or any big projects that you have brewing with your content creation?
I fight in 2 weeks on. I ain't gonna lie, it kind of sucks because I fight on Valentine's Day weekend. My birthday on the 15th, so I fight on my birthday. I fight in the North Carolina gloves again. I'm gonna try to get this third belt. But what content wise, my cameraman got a girlfriend, so I've been trying to like let him live his life while I've been like just vlogging. So I don't really try to get him for too much stuff. My friends kind of got like a life of their own, so I don't really try to build a team or nothing because I don't know what they got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have dropped quite a bit of information on us, which we are so appreciative for. But for any younger people who have passions similar to yours and are unsure of whether they should pursue it or not, what advice would you give them?
If you feel like doing content, I feel like just the first thing you gotta do is hit that record button. You're gonna be like unconfident at first. Like, you know, you're gonna have a little people probably mocking you and stuff. But I say you gotta use that as fuel. I feel like a lot of kids, when I started YouTube, a lot of kids went from clowning the YouTube to asking me what my YouTube is to subscribe. So it's like you kind of just gotta stick to it and try your best to prove them wrong. Like, when they would make fun of it, I got mad, but it was like, all right, now I'm showing it out more. Now I'm just on the grind more, editing these videos faster, getting more content. And I feel like you gotta use that hate as fuel to really just be better at what you do. I always use your hate as fuel. Never get mad and quit, because you don't know, you could have been the best at what you was trying to pursue.
Do you have anything else that you want to say? Anything big coming up that you would like to release to the people? I would love the exclusive.
I'll say, if I win nationals this year, this is going to be my last year of boxing. Or my last year competing in boxing, I'll say. I feel like once I get that number one spot, there ain't nothing else I need to prove. I'm just done. YouTube-wise, I'm trying to get back on the grind with YouTube. Just build everything up. Hopefully I'll be monetized and good enough to do stuff on my own by the time I'm 18, move out. I'm thinking about going to, where is it, Atlanta?
Trying to come for my city. Everybody knows I got ATL on lock.
I think I'll move to Atlanta at once I'm like 19, 20, but I don't know, because my mom, I'm gonna miss her a lot if I move. I don't know. I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I think I'm doing YouTube to like kind of not box. But boxing, it was like, oh yeah, I want to do this as I was growing up. But then it was like, dang, I want to be young. And YouTube was like the best, I feel like the best option to be young, do what you want. And like, so I feel like I want to grow up. And when I'm old, I don't want no like regrets. I don't want to be no old dude that's just, oh, I could have been this, I could have been that, or all this. No, I'm gonna just do it. If I want to like just start music out of nowhere, then I'm gonna put 100% into that. Right now, I just got content on my mind. Other than that, I don't got no plan B. I feel like with a plan B, you kind of don't put everything into plan A. It's kind of just like when you have a plan B, plan A, you kind of just like, oh, I don't care if this work out because I got this. Or, you know what I'm saying? You don't put everything into plan A once you have a plan B. So I'm not saying do that for everybody, but for me at least, I'm not getting no plan B.
Can I get a I am Lorenzo Carter and I am excellent?
I'm Lorenzo Carter and I'm excellent.
Lorenzo, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us today. Your story is powerful, and it is a reminder what it means to push through and stay committed and embrace both discipline and creativity. You are an inspiration both in the ring and in the content world, and we cannot wait to see what you do next. That is a wrap for today's episode of Excellence in Motion, the Youth Spotlight series. Remember, excellence is everywhere. It's in our schools, our communities, our creative spaces, and in our boxing rings. And it's shaping the future one step at a time. Don't forget to join me next time as we continue to highlight the amazing young talents making moves in the world. Until then, stay inspired, stay driven, and keep moving forward. I'm Angelina, and this is Excellence in Motion.